Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on all 19 games in Fanatical's playlist bundle of December 2024. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Vlad Circus, Descend into Madness, a retro point-and-click adventure that offers more than just the usual creepy clown trope. Set in the 1920s, you step into the oversized shoes of Oliver Mills, also known as Lazy Ollie, a clown who's had a rough go of it. After a devastating fire destroyed the Vlad Circus, Ollie is released from a mental institution and invited to a reunion at a mansion by the circus's wealthy owner. From here, the story takes a dark and twisted turn. The writing and setup are top-notch, with the game unfolding over a long night at the mansion. You'll meet old circus members and navigate a narrative that hooks you with its strange story, weird characters, and intriguing plot twists. Despite its bizarre storyline, the game is a captivating experience that keeps you engaged from start to finish. Gameplay in Vlad Circus Descend into Madness is straightforward but effective. As you interact with the environment and explore different rooms, the game initially feels a bit confusing due to its semi-darkness. However, once you get the hang of it, the game's rhythm becomes quite enjoyable. The puzzles and quests are engaging, though the frequent backtracking can be a bit tedious. Visually, Vlad Circus is one of the best pixel art games available. It boasts brilliant lighting effects, great character design, and a stunning color palette, creating an atmospheric experience as you navigate the spooky mansion. The minimal but effective sound design enhances the overall eerie vibe. From the first cutscene, Vlad Circus Descend into Madness promises a memorable experience. Despite some minor annoyances like backtracking and less than perfect combat mechanics, the game excels with its compelling story, beautiful pixel art, and engaging puzzles. If you enjoy point-and-click adventures, this is a game worth playing. At number 2 we have Letters, a written adventure, a heartfelt indie game where you guide Sarah, a shy girl, through life using the power of words. This stylized 2D adventure blends puzzles with storytelling in a journey that's part coming-of-age tale, part wordplay challenge. The game is unique in its clever word manipulation mechanic. Sarah navigates letters and online chats, solving puzzles by forming new words from existing ones to overcome obstacles. It's an inventive approach that aligns with the narrative's focus on communication and personal growth. The first half, set in Sarah's childhood, shines with whimsical charm and relatable struggles. However, the later sections, depicting Sarah's teenage years, lose some of that magic as the chat-based gameplay feels less engaging and emotionally resonant. Visually, Letters delights with handcrafted animations and Sarah's doodles, offering an intimate glimpse into her personality. The dynamic soundtrack and subtle sound effects further enhance the emotional weight of her journey. The game also tackles heavier topics like family dysfunction and mental health with sincerity, adding depth without overwhelming the overall tone. While the puzzles are accessible and supported by a hint system, replayability is a mixed bag, feel less rewarding. If you enjoy narrative-driven games with unique mechanics and heartfelt stories, Letters, a written adventure, is worth experiencing, at least once. Its charm and emotional core make it a standout in the genre, even if its replay value falls short. At number 3 we have Tales of Iron, a creation of Oddbuck Studios that defies easy comparisons and stands as a captivating experience within the genre. Set in the fairy tale kingdom inhabited by rats, frogs, and various creatures, the game introduces Prince Reggie, the diminutive heir thrust into a quest for revenge and royal duty following the demise of his aging father. The combat mechanics demand mastery as you face bloodthirsty frog adversaries, utilizing a standard arsenal of light, heavy, and ranged attacks with distinct weapons. Strategic responses to enemy attacks, including blocking, dodging, and parrying, form the crux of the engaging combat system. Boss encounters amplify the challenge, featuring unique designs and diverse movesets that elevate the thrill of battle. Beyond combat, exploration reveals enchanting landscapes in Reggie's kingdom, boasting hand-drawn artwork, layered backgrounds, and meticulous attention to detail. While the map may not be sprawling, evolving environmental details reward exploration, often involving puzzles that leverage discovered items. Tales of Iron's mature and detailed world, despite its fairy tale roots, departs from typical Disney-esque narratives, embracing a somber aesthetic. The audio design, from jaunty medieval tunes to atmospheric ambient sounds, complements the dark fairy tale ambiance, with narration by Doug Cockle, the voice of Geralt of Rivia, adding depth to the storytelling. However, Character voices, resembling dissonant recorder notes, slightly detract from the overall experience. Despite minor flaws in side quest depth and jarring character dialogue sounds, Tales of Iron emerges as a delightful experience, offering an enjoyable package that surpasses initial expectations with its engaging mechanics and captivating presentation. At number 4 we have The Last Oricru, a distinct Souls-like experience that intertwines solid combat with a profoundly branching narrative, adding a unique touch to a well-explored genre. In saying that, you do not have to be a Souls-like veteran to keep yourself engaged until completion. Combat, a hallmark of the Souls-like genre, thrives in The Last Oricru. While facing challenges, your progression in skills and equipment equips you with a versatile combat style, even if the occasional clunkiness interrupts the flow. Playing on dark difficulty offered a constant challenge, and a switch to story mode cleverly adjusted enemy speed, a thoughtful touch for those exploring the narrative without the intense combat focus. The Last Oricru features a genuinely impactful branching story. Every decision you make, no matter how seemingly small, ripples throughout the narrative, shaping the fate of the world. Exploration is rewarded, offering multiple paths, shortcuts, and unique armor sets that enhance your experience and provide strategic advantages. Despite its strengths, The Last Oricru encounters setbacks, primarily in overwhelming enemy situations and bosses that feel less challenging than standard foes. The final boss fight in particular introduces complexity that can feel overwhelming. The Last Oricru stands out in the Souls-like genre, offering a player-driven narrative and diverse gameplay. Gold Knights succeeded in crafting a unique experience that prompts reflection on every decision. While facing challenges, the game's depth ensures a satisfying journey that encourages your playability to explore different narrative paths. At number 5 we have 3 Minutes to 8. 3 Minutes to 8 invites players into a narrative landscape reminiscent of the enigmatic allure of Groundhog Day, where time loops and the looming spectre of mortality intertwine to create a compelling journey. As you step into the shoes of the protagonist, you're thrust into a mind-bending sci-fi adventure that seamlessly blends mystery and puzzle-solving elements. The game's aesthetic, characterized by trippy pixel art and intricate puzzles, serves as a visual and intellectual feast for players seeking immersive storytelling experiences. Whether navigating the protagonist's apartment or exploring the vibrant streets teeming with eclectic characters, you're tasked with unraveling the enigma of his impending demise. Interactions with NPCs play a pivotal role in uncovering vital clues and advancing the narrative, while the timing of events and items collected also shape the story's trajectory. This interplay between chance and strategy imbues each playthrough with a sense of unpredictability and discovery, ensuring that no two experiences are alike. Despite the allure of its premise, 3 Minutes to 8 occasionally falters, with overly obscure secrets and highly specific sequences required to unlock endings. However, the game's ingenious pacing and the tantalizing promise of uncovering its many mysteries keep players engaged and eager to explore more. 3 Minutes to 8 offers a tantalizing glimpse into the intricacies of time, fate, and the human condition, inviting players to embark on a thought-provoking journey filled with twists, turns, and unexpected revelations. With its captivating narrative, moody aesthetic, and immersive gameplay, it stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of interactive storytelling in the realm of video games. At number 6 we have Defend the Rook, a genre-blending roguelike combining turn-based tactics, tower defense, and board game aesthetics. You'll command a squad of heroes, defend a vulnerable rook, and face waves of enemies, with bosses capping each stage. The gameplay revolves around tactical movement, upgrading units, and deploying spells and towers. Your rook, a stationary yet resilient centerpiece, must be protected at all costs. Each run offers random upgrades for your units, enabling diverse strategies. This randomness, however, is both the game's strength and its weakness. When it clicks, Defend the Rook shines. The joy of creating unique synergies, like turning a rogue into a mobile powerhouse, is deeply satisfying. Enemies and bosses are visually striking and require thoughtful adaptation, while the board game-inspired art style adds charm. The quick, intuitive pace ensures battles rarely drag, letting you focus on clever tactics. But the experience stumbles due to its over-reliance on RNG. Too often, upgrade options feel underwhelming or situational, leaving you with uninspired choices. The lack of control over unit movement can also frustrate, particularly when optimal paths are critical. These design flaws dilute the otherwise rewarding tactical depth. Still, there is plenty to love, from the inter-level upgrades to the meta progression that makes each run feel worthwhile. Defend the Rook is ambitious, but uneven execution keeps it from greatness. While it offers flashes of brilliance, it feels more like an intriguing prototype than a fully polished gem. At number 7 we have Bosorka, a game where you take on the role of Horpina, a novice witch who accidentally unleashes a torrent of uncontrollable magic upon the world. Your task is to correct this magical mistake and fend off monsters and evil forces. The game offers a unique blend of magic and action, allowing you to wield various spells, ride special brooms, and engage in a magical roguelike adventure. The game's controls are straightforward, using the standard WASD scheme for movement and a shift for dashing on your broom. You can flip Horpina and her broom using the space key, causing damage to any enemies in your path. The game provides clear visual cues for equipped spells, making it easy to track your available abilities. Combat in Bosorka involves wielding projectile spells with the left mouse button. Each spell comes with a limited usage time, which corresponds to a specific number, offering a sense of balance. The right mouse button activates more potent spells, often with area of effect properties. The Swarm Dance is one of the more fun spells, releasing clouds of bugs that deal significant damage to enemies, especially when multiple clouds hit a boss. Horpina is accompanied by a creature called an Oko, which helps indicate the direction of her attacks. The game allows you to recruit additional Oko by spending gold, and they can be empowered using companion enhancement runes. This extra help, along with strategically collecting apples to heal companions, can be highly effective. While fighting regular enemies can be enjoyable, boss battles provide a significant challenge. Some bosses can manipulate the environment, making encounters more challenging. The game features a variety of brooms, each with unique abilities, enhancing a gameplay experience. However, one drawback is the game's relatively short duration, considering the range of spells available. The limited content may leave you craving more. Nevertheless, Bosorka offers a fun roguelike adventure filled with magical combos and unique abilities. At number 8 we have Deflector. Diving into the microcosm of bullet hell, Deflector thrusts you into a deadly realm teeming with viruses and formidable adversaries. This top-down action roguelike presents a unique challenge: deflect enemy projectiles to survive and progress. With its blend of fast-paced combat, procedural generation, and rewarding progression systems, Deflector has captivated both players and critics. At its core, Deflector tasks you with the exhilarating feat of deflecting enemy projectiles, turning the tide of battle in your favor. Choose from multiple bioshells, each offering unique weapons and abilities, allowing you to tailor your playstyle. Progression is tied to accumulating experience through combat, unlocking mutations, bioshells, and persistent upgrades. With each run, you face increasingly challenging enemies, ensuring no two runs are alike. Visually, Deflector impresses with its aggressive art style and richly detailed environments, while the metalcore soundtrack heightens the adrenaline-fueled atmosphere. While praised for its innovative mechanics and engaging combat, some reviewers note areas for improvement, such as visual clarity and upgrade variety. With a very positive overall rating on Steam, Deflector offers hours of intense action and replay value. As you delve deeper into its dangerous world, Aerofist Games' response to feedback will shape its future. Nevertheless, Deflector stands as a testament to indie developers' creativity, delivering a captivating gaming experience. At number 9 we have The Legend of Tianding, a game that delivers a great gaming experience by effortlessly achieving its aesthetic and storytelling goals in a compact 6-chapter narrative platformer. Set in colonial Taiwan in 1909 under Japanese rule, it immerses you in a world of oppression and resistance. As Liao Tianding, inspired by the legendary Robin Hood, you steal from the oppressive Japanese police to aid the impoverished locals. The game excels in weaving a gripping narrative within the constraints of its concise 6 chapters. While the plot may be somewhat predictable, it perfectly captures the heroism of its charismatic protagonist Tianding. His dedication to his people's welfare and his boyish charm make him instantly likable as you navigate the oppressive setting. Gameplay in The Legend of Tianding is a clever blend of a Kirby game disguised as Streets of Rage. The steal mechanic allows you to grab weapons from enemies during battle, adding depth to your fighting style. Weapons, each of its own durability, range from bamboo staffs to bazookas, creating dynamic and engaging encounters. However, the steal ability can be imprecise, occasionally disrupting combat fluidity. Yet, the game keeps you consistently engaged with its balanced platforming elements and frequent use of environmental hazards. Survival in prolonged fights requires constant situational awareness, as enemies can push you into hazards. The game brilliantly connects your generosity and heroism with gameplay by encouraging you to help beggars in the streets. Their gratitude rewards you with talismans that enhance your combat abilities, reinforcing the sense of fighting for a just cause. The unpredictability of weapon upgrades adds depth to the gameplay. The Legend of Tianding offers a memorable and immersive gaming experience with a rich narrative, engaging combat, and a unique art style. Its focus on heroism, cultural immersion, and innovative gameplay mechanics makes it an outstanding title worth experiencing. At number 10 we have King's Bounty 2, a game that attempts a delicate fusion of RPG and tactics, but sadly it falters in both domains. Despite sporadic sparks of enjoyment in hex-based battles, the game loses its allure amid extensive and uninspiring world exploration. You, as the player, are tasked with choosing from 3 characters, each embarking on a predictable narrative to avert a looming magical catastrophe. However, the lackluster role-playing, coupled with poor writing and subpar voice acting, contributes to an overall bland and forgettable experience. The game noticeably lacks a distinct personality, with a realistic art style that feels somewhat outdated, failing to capture the whimsical charm of its predecessors. While the world design boasts intricate details, it succumbs to excessive and tedious wandering, overshadowing any moments of potential charm. Combat systems, though serviceable, lack the innovation one might expect, and the user interface hampers the potential enjoyment of tactical engagements. Both your commander and troops accrue experience, yet the choices are firmly aligned with factions, restricting the scope of meaningful roleplay. Despite the allure of an attractively designed environment, encounters are disappointingly fixed, adding an unwelcome monotony to the overall experience. The game's pace feels sluggish, with the expansive environments lacking a clear sense of purpose. King's Bounty 2 falls considerably short of expectations, offering a regrettably mediocre experience that struggles to immerse players in its unremarkable fantasy world. At number 11 we have Foretales. Foretales, a card-based choose-your-own-adventure game that blends tabletop mechanics with digital storytelling. You dive into an anthropomorphic world, where your decisions shape branching paths, each choice pushing the narrative forward toward one of its many possible endings. You'll play as Volpane, a character gifted with visions of catastrophic futures. Each mission adds pressure, as your choices lead to unforeseen consequences, forcing you to weigh the cost of saving a companion over rescuing a town from destruction. With every turn, time advances, creating urgency and replayability. However, while the concept brims with potential, the execution falters in keeping you engaged long-term. The gameplay revolves around card mechanics for exploration, decision-making, and combat. Missions unfold across regions, where you interact with cards using your party's abilities and items. Progress often requires clever resource management, from bribing guards to intimidating foes or finding alternative solutions. Combat, the highlight of the game, offers satisfying strategies, rewarding creativity in how you approach enemies. Foretales boasts charming visuals and smooth performance, with beautifully designed cards and an inviting tabletop aesthetic. However, repetition sets in as you maneuver through familiar mechanics, especially during drawn-out missions with overly specific requirements. The narrative, while serviceable, lacks the depth to keep you invested for multiple playthroughs. Challenges towards the end can feel punishing, forcing you to repeat earlier stages, a test of patience rather than skill. If you're drawn to card-based RPGs or tabletop-inspired games, Foretales offers a unique experience, but its charm fades too quickly to make you stay for every branching path. At number 12 we have Suzerain, a text-based adventure in the intricate world of political decision-making. You embody Anton Rain, becoming the president of Swordland, shaping his character and policies. The game, akin to a choose-your-own-adventure book, unfolds on a map where you make dialogue choices leading to economic reports, bill signings, and more. Despite its simplicity, this design complements Suzerain's immersive feel, resembling the engagement of reading a gripping novel. The narrative spans almost 50 years, with meticulous details making Swordland more than a fictional backdrop. It becomes your homeland. Even if politics isn't your usual interest, Suzerain establishes a deep connection, especially during an economic recession. Suzerain excels at political tightrope walking, offering micromanaging decisions, unexpected twists, and constant balancing acts. Interactions with in-game family add depth, creating a book-like experience that's both captivating and familiar. Each character introduced has a distinct personality, and while lacking voice acting, the exceptional writing fosters personal connections. Suzerain is highly replayable, with myriad of choices and consequences, encouraging exploration of different ideologies and playstyles. Whether focusing on the free market or communism, each choice significantly alters the game, providing a satisfying and varied experience. Suzerain's unique choose-your-own-adventure style, intricate narrative, and replayability offer a compelling journey into the challenges of leadership. Despite occasional slow moments, the game's riveting narrative and engaging setting make it a standout title, and serves as a testament in interactive storytelling. At number 13, we have Kingdom New Lands, an indie strategy game by Raw Fury Games. Originally released in 2015 as Kingdom, this minimalistic strategy game has undergone significant improvements, introducing new features and endgame enhancements, ensuring an engaging experience. In Kingdom New Lands, your objective is straightforward: construct defenses and thwart demon invaders attempting to steal your crown. Despite its 2D side-scrolling appearance, the game requires deep decision-making with lasting consequences. Every choice, from hiring citizens to building structures, involves gold, emphasizing resource management. The game's simplicity and input belies its complex decision-making, making it stand out among current strategy games. The resource management aspect is central to becoming a legendary monarch. Starting with minimal resources, you must grow your population, convert citizens into archers, workers, farmers, or knights, and safeguard your settlement until you can build a ship and progress to the next island. Each island presents improved defense methods and uncovers mysteries of the forest. Kingdom New Lands excels as a resource management tower defense game, with randomized worlds, kings and queens, and captivating color schemes. The one more day factor adds to its addictive nature. Kingdom New Lands offers a day-night cycle, where days involve building and nights involve defending against demon hordes. However, some aspects, like potential monotony in later stages and occasional frustrating land randomization, could be viewed as drawbacks. Despite minor gripes, Kingdom New Lands proves to be a unique and captivating time waster. The relaxing and enduring style, coupled with achievable yet challenging achievements, adds to its appeal. The game stands as a top-notch reboot and expansion of its predecessor, earning high recommendations for its relaxing and enjoyable gameplay. At number 14, we have Arcade Paradise, a unique game that blends running a laundrette with playing arcade games, offering an intriguing slice-of-life experience. Developed by Nosebleed Interactive and published by Wired Productions, the game combines the mundane tasks of running a laundrette with the excitement of arcade gameplay. Initially, the focus is on managing the laundrette, completing tasks like washing clothes, collecting trash, and interacting with friends through a messenger app. However, hidden in the back room are playable arcade games that provide an unexpected twist. Players can enjoy games like Match 3, Mr. Driller, and more while earning money from them. As you accumulate funds, you can expand your arcade collection and grow your business. The appeal of Arcade Paradise lies in its balance between the nostalgic allure of classic arcade games and the unexpected enjoyment found in running the laundrette. The dozens of arcade cabinets are meticulously designed, combining elements of top-down GTA with gameplay reminiscent of classic games like Pac-Man. The game's core satisfaction comes from gradually transforming the laundrette into an arcade, appealing to both nostalgia and the desire for business growth. The game cleverly captures the sense of stealing moments for games amidst daily responsibilities, contrasting the vibrant and exciting world of gaming with the routine of work. It also highlights how games can be a unique lens through which to view the world, turning every mundane task, like laundry, into a rewarding challenge. Overall, Arcade Paradise offers a distinct fusion of nostalgia, gameplay, and everyday life that resonates with players. At number 15, we have Encased, a sci-fi post-apocalyptic RPG. In an alternate timeline of the 1970s, a mysterious dome is discovered, and it systematically ended the Cold War without any open conflict. The dome houses amazing technologies that allowed humans to achieve great scientific progress, but controlling the dome is easier said than done. This is where you come in. This game seemed to be inspired by games like classic Fallout and Disco Elysium, as your decisions will form the basis of the gameplay. You play as a regular worker for Cronus, an organization founded to study the dome, and from the start, you're given plenty of choices to customize your character. In Encased, you get to explore the world at your own pace with plenty of looting to be done and people to talk to bargain with, and to murder. You're given as much freedom as possible, and it really feeds the hoarding mentality as you hoard everything you find. You battle in turn-based combat, and you will have access to a multitude of weapons, both ranged and melee. The overall battle system can feel a bit shallow, but it is mostly about finding a good weapon, sticking with it, and keeping track of your ammo. What's more annoying is sometimes combat is inevitable, even if you have high charisma. It would have been nice to convince a robot crab to return your leg that it torn off of you without fighting it, but you don't really have a choice in the matter apparently. Other than that, your character can get hungry, thirsty, irritated, distracted, or nauseated by a bad chow. Stealth mechanics also play an important role in this game, as being found out for committing a crime will mean having hunters sent after you. The world of Encased is huge, but unfortunately you'll find it quite empty. In saying that, this is the first game made by a small indie studio, and they were clearly inspired by late 90s RPG games. They do deliver an imperfect but good experience, and I look forward to their next project. At number 16 we have The Invisible Hand, a game that simulates the world of finance and stock trading.
You start off as a paid intern at Various, a financial company in a world recovering from a market crash. You compete with another candidate for an analyst position, and whoever meets the financial goals first wins the job. You gain a competitive edge. You use insider information from Encased, a shady program that gives you access to confidential data. The game allows you to buy and sell stocks based on your own decisions, meeting daily goals and trying to beat your competition to keep your job. The game has a great educational potential, allowing players to learn about market trends, social media trends, and political and economic plots that can affect stock prices. The storyline builds alongside your portfolio, creating an immersive experience that can be stressful and exciting at the same time. The game also includes a clever feature that allows you to speed up or slow down time by drinking coffee or tea. However, the game suffers from scope creep and lack of polish. The forced fraternizing, buying real estate, cars, and furniture feels incomplete, unimportant, and unnecessary. The game overwhelms players with the sheer amount of things they are allowed to do, which detracts from the main mechanic of stock trading. Despite its drawbacks, The Invisible Hand is an engrossing and fun game for those interested in the world of finance and stock trading. It offers an opportunity to experience the thrill of making gains while investing in highly unethical things with real consequences. The game eases you in gently on all difficulties, and basic instruction will get you very far for the first little bit. If you've been waiting for a stock market simulator, The Invisible Hand is absolutely it.
At number 17 we have Dice Legacy, a city building game with a surprising twist. This game might start off unassuming, but beneath its surface lies a relentless challenge of survival. While you're constructing a medieval town, you're simultaneously preparing for intense battles against a rival settlement called the Others. Starting with seemingly routine tasks such as building homes and assigning workers, you quickly realize that this game isn't about placid expansion. Instead, you're managing chunky dice that represent your workforce. These dice navigate a variety of environments, matching icons to gather resources like wood, food, and more. The game constantly keeps you on your toes with dice durability, a limited resource that adds strategic depth as you decide whether to re-roll or preserve their usefulness. Combat is where the game shifts gears. Dice can be wounded, infected by plague, or frozen during winter, adding layers of complexity to the gameplay. You'll find yourself in constant juggle between maintaining resources, dice durability, and warding off threats. The game's unique elements continue with the reproductive process, where dice procreate within the house. You can empower dice faces, fuse dice for more potency, and manage different classes of dice to build an effective society. Yet, the core challenge emerges as the Others encroach upon your territory. You'll face intense battles against their city, testing your ability to strategize, upgrade, and protect your settlement. Dice Legacy carves a niche, blending city building with intense strategy elements. It's an engrossing experience that can be both rewarding and frustrating. The game's unique focus on dice and battling creates a distinct dynamic, though it might not suit everyone's taste. If you're seeking a city builder that offers a different kind of challenge, Dice Legacy might just roll the dice in your favor. At number 18 we have Souldiers, a captivating but challenging side-scrolling action RPG that offers both the best and worst of times. This hardcore adventure immerses you in a lush fantasy world with brutal difficulty and exceptional production values. However, it was marred by optimization issues and game-breaking bugs at launch. Many of these problems have been addressed, making it a highly enjoyable and rewarding experience for those who seek a formidable challenge. The game introduces you to Zarga, a medieval fantasy kingdom on the brink of war with Dadome. After a catastrophic event in a hidden cave, you find yourself in the realm of a Valkyrie, tasked with seeking the realm's guardian. While the narrative remains somewhat basic, the game's characters are its strong suit, offering a memorable and character-driven experience over its lengthy duration. Souldiers excels in challenging action combat, offering 3 distinct character classes with unique abilities and skill trees. Combat emphasizes skillful offense with limited defensive options, requiring you to exploit openings to attack foes. Elemental affinities add depth to both combat and exploration, as you manipulate the environment to your advantage. The game's extensive platforming segments contribute to the sense of exploration and offer challenging gameplay. Souldiers' stunning pixel art graphics brings its sprawling world to life, and its musical score complements the atmosphere effectively. Despite its many strengths, technical issues and optimization problems marred its launch. Many early players encountered game-breaking bugs, while frame rate drops and slowdowns affected overall performance. Whether Souldiers is a triumph or a disappointment largely depends on whether you were an early adopter. The game's post-launch patches have resolved several issues, making it a superbly high-quality but challenging experience. The memorable journey and promise of a sequel make it an exciting adventure, especially for those willing to give it a second chance. At number 19 we have HyperParasite. In HyperParasite, you play as a parasite hunted by the world. This means you must survive against everyone, including cops, basketball players, firefighters, wrestlers, and even karate teachers. Your best strategy is to find and control a human host. As a parasite, you can take over enemies and play as them. If your host dies, you can control other enemies until their host body dies. If you die outside of body in parasite form, the run is over. You'll engage in twin-stick shooting, dodging bullets, and charging melee characters, while facing bosses and mini-bosses. Maps are procedurally generated, providing ample room to fight back. Environmental objects like exploding barrels and traps add to the chaos. Coins scattered around the map can be used to buy items or passive stat bonuses, and upgrades last until your run ends. The combat can be satisfying, depending on the character you control. Some characters are more fun to play, particularly projectile firing characters like the Ghost Hunter or the Drug Lord. Melee characters can be challenging, due to slower attack speeds and vulnerability to being surrounded. Each character has unique weapons, stats, and special attacks, creating combat variability. The eclectic mix includes characters like a newspaper-chucking paper girl and a spike club-swinging diesel punk. However, to control certain characters, you must unlock their biological pathways and use coins, which can feel grind-heavy. The game's 80s-inspired aesthetic, with neon lights and a retro VHS filter, creates a distinct mood. The drum-heavy synthwave soundtrack complements the visual style, adding to the arcade-style throwback experience. While HyperParasite offers solid core gameplay and combat variety, it leans heavily on grinding to unlock characters. This might frustrate some players, but those who enjoy roguelites and top-down shooters will find plenty to appreciate in its plethora of playable characters and engaging combat. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle includes a wealth of games that have appeared in previous collections, but it still holds appeal for anyone who hasn't snagged these titles yet. With several low stock items and some already sold out, it is clear demand is high. If you've been waiting to add these games to your library, now is the time to act. Don't miss your chance to grab them while they're still available. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And maybe consider unlocking early access to videos by buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.